Whenever few patches fail to deploy on certain set of devices, I always think at which particular step it would be failing. What is the step-by-step approach to troubleshoot, diagnose, and fix the patch deployment issues? In this particular video, we are going to see step-by-step guide for patching Windows client devices through SCCM. This particular video I have designed to share 4-step method as well as some additional information. 4-step method, which is related to scanning of devices. Step number 2, reviewing logs to see patch status. Step number 3, remediation to deploy patches. Step number 4, where patches are already deployed but still reported as non-compliant. Also, along with this, we will see manual patch deployment, how it can be done, why this particular issue of patches not getting deployed or not compliant is seen, what are possible reasons, and also software center error codes that is reported for patches being non-compliant. So, what is the error code and the description as you see on screen that we are going to cover in depth by the end of this particular video. If you are new to this particular channel, please click subscribe so that you get more updates related to MECM, that is Microsoft Endpoint Configuration Manager. And also click on the bell icon so that you get periodic updates whenever new video is released. Now when we say about the 4-step method, one thing which is taken as a pre-check where we are already configuring the WSUS, that is already done, scanning of patches, creating ADR, subgroup creation, deployment and assignment of patches on the set of collection, that all is already been done. So we are in the next step where as the patches are assigned, it should deploy. So that was a pre-check which we have already considered is done. Now we move forward for the 4th step, where the step number 1 is scanning of devices. Over here, one log which plays very important role is WUA Handler.log. In this particular log, you will see the information related to scanning. If the scanning is successful, if scanning is not completed successfully, all that information we will see in this particular log, that is WUA Handler.log. I have created a separate video where I have just spoken on the scanning issue. What are possible error codes that we see and the fix. Just to summarize, the fix for this particular issue is renaming the registry.pol file, which is located in Windows System 32 group policy. Under that machine folder, that is the registry.pol file, we need to rename that or we can delete it, and after that running gpupdate/force or running the software update scan and evaluation cycle. Now what is this particular registry.pol file, what is the role, why we need to rename, all that information is in that particular video. Check the description where you will see the link. Step number 2, which is reviewing logs to see patch status. When I say reviewing logs, few of the log files which plays very important role, that is updatestore.log, update deployments, and WUAHandler.log. These all logs plays very important role to understand the reason if a particular KB is successful, if a particular KB is failing, what is the reason. Everything we will be able to capture in this particular log. And the best way to review this is by using CMTrace tool and the option to merge that particular log. When we merge that particular log, we need to search for that particular KB in the updatestore.log. We will get the unique ID. Along with that, we need to copy that particular unique ID and search further ahead. We will see what is the status for that particular log. Then the other log which gives a very good idea, that is Windows Update log. So now let's see what we have covered and how it looks like. So as I said, pre-check, configuring the WSUS, software updates, ADR, search, deployment, which is already done. In the 4th step, checking WUA Handler log and If we see errors where the devices are not scanning, registry.pol file check date. If it's old date, definitely it's not getting an update. Then we need to rename or delete the registry.pol file, run gpupdate/post. As well, you can run software with scan and eval cycle. Reviewing logs file, update store, capture that particular KB if you see it's missing or existing by taking note of the unique ID. If it's missing, it means that that particular KB is not being deployed. Reviewing further that particular unique ID, you can further review in the update deployment or WUAHandler.log or an update store. You will see certain information in each and every log. You can merge this logs, and that will be really very helpful. To review Windows update log, we need to run a get Windows update log command through PowerShell, which will create another file where we will see more information. So when I said about reviewing logs, few of the information that you will see in the logs is assignment evaluate success. Now this means that evaluation is successful, and that is a good sign. However, if we see assignment enforce fail or any other message like fail to attach update to automation wrapper and some other error, it means it's not successful. If we see finish installing 0x0000 means patches are installed successfully. Also, you will see no pending patches available as of now. That means that okay, the scanning is done, it has reviewed and verified that there is nothing pending to be deployed on the patch side. So that is a good sign. And this is another line, total actionable updates equal to 0. If you see that there is number 2, 1, 5 or any other numbers, that are the patches which are yet to be deployed. If it's 0, then it means that it is successful. So these are the few of the entries. If you see, that is a understanding of when you review the logs, what you need to see. Your logs has a lot of information. Seeing the right information will give a better understanding on that particular issue which we are reviewing. Now we move again back to the third step, which is remediation to deploy patches. We reviewed logs, we saw certain errors, there is some issue on that particular device. That's the reason that particular KB is not getting downloaded or deployed successfully. So we move forward for the third step, that is remediation to deploy patches. Now, what is the reason why that particular issue of patches not getting successfully deployed could be there? One of the reasons is that there are certain update files that being corrupted, because of which download is not successful. So the best thing is, if that particular install file is corrupted, we need to delete or rename that particular folder where that particular install file is located, and we need to again download the fresh update. So if there is any corruption, that will be waived out, and because of the fresh update, there are high chances with that particular new download, if the installation is done, it will be successful. So that's one thing. There are a couple of places where updates are getting downloaded. Number one, which is located in C:\Windows software distribution folder, and number two, which is CCM cache, that is located in C:\Windows CCM cache folder. Within that, there will be subfolders. In that particular subfolder, also we will see certain KB articles. So by renaming these folders, it will help to get new downloads. So let us understand remediation to deploy patches, which services we need to stop, and what are the other issues that we would see while going through that particular process. So as I said, there are certain updates being corrupted. So best way is to rename the folder. Folder is C:\Windows software distribution folder or CCM cache folder. Within that, it will be located. Also along with that, there is a cache folder which is located in C:\Windows system32. That also we need to rename it. By default, it will not allow as services are running in background, as I mentioned. So we need to stop the Windows update service. The name of this particular service is WUAHandler.log. We need to stop cryptographic services, which is CRYPT SVC. We need to stop bit service, background intelligent transfer service, main is bits, Windows installer service, which is MSI server. There are certain moments when we try to stop the services, it is not allowing to stop. Then the second approach is to disable these services so that it will allow us to rename the folder. Once the folder are renamed, then restart the services, re-enable it. And also along with the 4 services, we need to check the SMS agent host service if it's in running state, because that's the most important component for SCCM client to perform well. If there are issues where Windows installer service is giving error, then we need to unregister and re-register. For that, this particular command line can be used: msiexec/unregister msiexec/reg server. And the other issue is if there are devices which are pending for a reboot, initiate a reboot and then run software update scan cycle, software update deployment evaluation cycle from the config manager applet in the control panel, review log, what is the progress. If after this, if the deployment is still not successful, there are chances it is a Windows corruption issue. So this particular command SFC, that is system file checker /scan now, can be used, which will scan system file check. If there is any corruption, it will auto correct. Also in the settings, there is a Windows update troubleshooter that can be applied so that it will review, scan the issues which are related to Windows update troubleshooting. So for me, while fixing the patch deployment issues which are reported in mass numbers, one of the fix that is really helping me is fixing the registry.pol file where the scanning issue is reported. And second is by renaming the folder. So majority of the issues are getting fixed by these 2 particular fixes which I shared. Now apart from that, there are cases where when we review the logs, it shows success. That means that there is no error in the logs, everything looks good. However, still when we review the SSRS report, we still see that device is not being compliant. Now, what could be the reason and the fix? Let's see that. Here, it means that patches are deployed as per logs, however, reporting is showing as not compliant, which could be a false negative sign. So over here, we need client, that is SCCM client, to resend its data to the MP because the client is having the right status that needs to be conveyed to the MP. So as we are getting a report from the MP, it should fetch that yes, this device is compliant. So for this, we need to run PowerShell query which helps to update, refresh compliance state from SCCM client to MP. This particular command is just of 2 lines where we are declaring a variable update store, and in that particular variable we are seeing new object, object Microsoft CCM update store, and we are refreshing server compliance state. This is the 2-line command where we can use this command on the client computer, which will enforce the client computer to send its data to MP, and when we get a report on the MP which will say that it is compliant, because that's the real state. So this will help out to fix the devices which is really compliant but still it is reported as non-compliant. Apart from that, even if a site code is changed, all the state messages are again refreshed to the MP, that will also give a positive sign if the device is compliant, or else reinstallation of SCCM client will also give a positive sign. So these are the 4 main steps that we discussed at the start of the video. So apart from that, additional information which I have seen, if there are patches which are failing to deploy, which are Office related, most of the time if we repair the Office or reinstall the Office package, then that particular patch is reattempted, we get a successful installation. It means that there is some corruption with the Office, because of which Office patches are not getting deployed, and repairing the Office application itself to the admin program or through Software Center, that is helping to fix the issues which are reported where Office patches are only failing to deploy. So that's the additional observation which I would like to share when we see in this particular 4-step process. That's the additional observation. Now we move forward and we go ahead on the manual patch deploy, where we are going to run a command through command line in an elevated mode and install the patches. So first we need to have the particular patch downloaded, and once we have that particular patch in the download folder, then we go to the command prompt and we run this command dism.exe/online/add package path. We give a path wherever that particular cap file is located. So this is the way it will look like. It will look forward to install that particular package, and if there is a restart which is integrated along with it, it will restart it. Also, the other option is we can extract that particular cap file and run the Windows installer file which is part of that particular KB. So this is one of the other way where the manual patch deployment can be taken up. We move forward on the later section, which is possibility of why issues being reported. Like by default, when we are deploying the patches in a corporate environment, expectation is that all the devices will get that particular patch. However, there are certain devices which report the issue. What is the possible reason that these issues are reported? One of the reasons is that particular device is offline or being inactive for a long time, which is really like that particular client is not communicating, and when the client is not communicating, it is not getting latest updates. So one of the remedies is bring that particular device back to the network so that it gets the update. Next is that device is not in use, it's been retired from Active Directory and SCCM, and as it is retired, the devices are not getting patches and it is reported as not compliant. If the devices are pending reboot, if device is having a low disk space because of which patches are failing to deploy, we need to housekeep that particular hard drive, main unwanted stuff, device the user, or upgrade the hard drive space. Download is corrupted, SCCM client corrupted. So if client is not having written log updates, the client is not working well, we need to repair that particular client or reinstall SCCM client. That could be group policy issues. Multiple things can be the reason of why issues being reported. So make sure devices gets the update successfully. Then we come to the last section, which is Software Center error codes. This is also a very important section because whenever we review Software Center for that particular KB which is failing to deploy, we go inside and check for the error detail. We get certain number which is error code, and we go to try to understand what does that particular error code mean, the description, which will really help to understand the meaning behind that error code. So when we go into the Software Center, we click on updates, and if that particular KB is failing, we go ahead and check the error code. That particular error code really gives a very good understanding what that particular error message means. So let us understand few of the error codes that I have captured while I have been investigating a lot of patch deployment issues. So these are a few of the error codes. This are referring to unknown error. This update application failed. Then this particular error code means that download app manager operation could not be completed. File digest was not recognized. So this all information which I'm sharing over here, I've been able to get it from the SSRS report. So this all is available within the reporting, and based on that only I am getting this information. So if we see this error, directory name is invalid, you will know most probably what is the solution. What is the solution? is to rename that particular folder and check if installation is successful at the later part or not. A lot of understanding we get it from looking at this particular error code, and it is helping me to diagnose and fix the issues reported for SCCM client computers being non-compliant. So this is a key learning which I am sharing with you guys in a very structured format, which is helping me to diagnose and fix most of the issues related to SCCM client computers being reported as non-compliant. If you find this video interesting, if you like the content that I am sharing, please like and comment your thoughts on this particular video, because your likes, your comments are helping me to understand that I am adding value in someone's life. So do like, do comment, do subscribe so that you get more updates related to MECM. So with this is Yagnesh Malavya thanking you for watching this video. See you in the next video. Thank you.